Welcome to episode 115 of Curio, the final episode of 2024. We're going to be going through everything that happened this year, whether you like it or not. Don't know why I said that bit. What a year, 2024. What's been your favourite part of the year, guys? Can you think of anything that's brought you joy this year?
Got a nice new bass. But that was quite recently. My memory doesn't go back that far.
Well, lucky for you, I've written down a lot of things that happened this year.
Sick.
Some things that everyone will remember, some things that are maybe a little bit more unique, and just some weird news stories that we never covered that maybe we should have.
It's one of the things. I got a new bass.
Yeah, that was. I mean, I was hoping to spend the first sort of half of the episode talking about that, but
yeah,
you've covered it now.
Yeah. Cheers.
Is that the one you was just playing, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh,
I can see your camera. Nice.
Product placement.
Yeah. So 2024. I've got a little document opened here. Real professional. We don't usually cover politics on Curio. That was our number one rule when we started this, or you guys started this 5 years ago now. And we've done a good job of avoiding politics. But obviously 2024 was a election year for both UK and the US. And the reason I'm bringing it up is obviously there were a couple little weird things that happened. I think one of the most viral moments on the US side was probably Donald Trump getting shot, the assassination attempt that clipped his ear.
Oh, yeah.
That was probably the biggest thing in the US. And I think in the UK...
That was wild.
Yeah. In the UK, our equivalent was probably, there were some riots that picked up sort of around the election time. And I think we all saw that tragic video of one of the rioters getting hit in the balls with a brick. You guys remember that?
Yeah. I can't. We didn't mention that. We didn't discuss it.
I don't think we discussed it at the time. We were on a little bit of a hiatus, as we tend to do.
We were rioting, weren't we?
We were out rioting, yeah. I've put the link in the chat if you want to reminisce and have a look at that.
Reminisce about that. Yeah, that was.
It is one of my favourite videos of the year. I think
it was proper what do they call it? Instant karma.
Instant karma. He's squaring up to these riot police. They're all there with their shields, and he thinks he's the big man, leading the pack. You what? And then two bricks hit him simultaneously. One in the chest, one in the back of the head.
Whoa.
And he's friendly fire as well. The police aren't the ones throwing
that's the best bit. Yeah, that's the best bit about it. It's from his own side. Yeah, the other footage of him
there's some other pricks back there who are trying to lob him at the police, and they're just not throwing it as far.
I forgot about that as well. He's proper posing. He's proper doing like taking the piss out of the police. At the moment, he gets brick luzzed at his head, and then one more on the way back, as if to rub it in.
Right.
Who threw that one? Who threw that one?
Yeah, you're are people just intentionally throwing bricks at him now?
Yeah.
Or was it 3 bricks that just happened to hit him?
Really hurt. One of them proper guys. And then in the dick, such a class. And he does the classic dick recoil, which is the best. It's basically that video of what is it? Hans Moleman getting hit in the dick. Yeah. With
That's great.
It is
very instantly humbled.
Yeah,
instantly humbled.
Brick to the dick.
I doubt an hour later he was giving it to the police again. I think he probably went home then. But
nothing's really been heard of him since, right?
Blamed it on some lefty
brick.
Some woke brick.
Yeah, fucking woke brick.
But yeah, it's very it's such a cut. If that happened on a TV show, it's almost unbelievable that because one hits him from the front in the chest while the other one hits him on the back, so it's a double hit there. And then as he's waddling back to the fucking crowd, one hits him square in the nuts.
Perfect.
Listeners, if you are not watching, you should definitely when I was looking for, I literally just typed in that little clip, or look it up online. But we will probably put it on the screen now, I guess, Tom. So
but if you just type in
it's beautiful,
rioter brick
bollocks,
in balls or something,
every time you say stuff like that, what we should really say is load up the video and watch the video.
Open up. But the thing is, some people listen through Apple Podcasts, which doesn't have video, so it's only Spotify and YouTube that have video. Okay. And then some people, I guess, are like,
get on the fucking YouTube. Stop being a lazy cunt and get on the fucking YouTube.
Yeah, just pay for YouTube Premium so you don't have any adverts and you can lock your screen.
Pocket. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
or fucking pay for the Curio. Premium membership.
The Patreon, yeah.
There's lots of good stuff on the Patreon, actually. You just have to know where to look for it.
Yeah. It's all just things George has put in there. Extra, like, George has done like a 4-hour long history lecture in there.
Yeah. No one's listened to it yet. It's still got 0 plays, but I'm sure someone will.
That's weird. I've listened to it a few times.
And there wasn't really much political-wise that happened. I think that was kind of it. Trump did say something about immigrants eating cats and dogs. Don't know if you heard about that.
Oh, yeah.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country.
It turns out it wasn't true.
Really?
No. Yeah. I researched it myself. I went out there.
I don't get how they can say so much. Like, I know our politicians say some shit, but like they mostly get called up on it, don't they? Like, they're not really supposed to. Whereas it seems like there's no rules. You can kind of just say what you fucking want in America. Like,
yeah, they usually do have fact checkers. So it depends on, like, I think that was the only debate that him and Kamala had together. And they did have fact checkers there, but obviously it takes like a little minute to like put up the actual facts. Okay. And then someone does say like, that wasn't true. And then he's like, well, that's what they're saying. And then that's it.
He said it, yeah.
Yeah, and then he's like, well, maybe they didn't report it, but that's what I'm hearing. That's what people are saying. I'm just asking questions. And then you can like skirt it by him saying like, hey, I didn't say it was like a fact. I'm just saying that's what people are telling me.
Yeah.
Really?
That's what I say about Bigfoot. That's what they're telling me, that there's a Bigfoot. This is why you can't prove to me that Bigfoot doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's a good point. So just so I don't spend the whole time like on the edge of my seat wondering, Tom, is there any Bigfoot news as part of the roundup?
I didn't find any Bigfoot. I feel like we would have covered everything Bigfoot.
I think we will. George can give us the Bigfoot of the year roundup before the end, please, George. I'm sure you should
stick around for George's Bigfoot hour.
I think we've had a bit of a dearth or dearth. It's dearth, isn't it? Of Bigfoot related content.
I don't know that word.
Yeah,
it just means we haven't had that much this year. I'm pretty sure that it's been quite Bigfoot for a year.
There was no, that's not true at all. There was a great Bigfoot episode done by Channel 5 News.
Bigfoot one.
Yeah, Andrew Callahan did. He did a couple, I think. I think he did 2. He did one where he went out hunting and he did a convention. We didn't discuss
it, did we? This is the
not in the cast.
What I mean is,
it's news it's news of 2024, though.
I know, but once upon a time, Rob, we would come weekly with fresh Bigfoot content. It was like every episode I'd have multiple tabs open of different Bigfoot stuff.
That's why there hasn't been as many episodes this year, just because there wasn't that much Bigfoot news.
Can't find the Bigfoot content.
Yeah, well, you need to fucking
I did the other day
for 2025, please.
Well, I found a good YouTube channel the other day, so I think there's going to be a lot of stuff coming from said YouTube channel because good videos,
scraping content from the channel.
Yeah, stealing content.
Of course, it wasn't just this year that AI sort of took the headlines. I think that started maybe like a year ago, maybe even like 2 years if you've been paying attention. But this year, I think, is when AI stuff kind of like really hit the mainstream. One thing I found, this is like very recent. So Apple announced their like AI stuff earlier this year, and they're going to be rolling it out over the next like year or two, and it's been available in America for like a few months or so, and it was, as of recording, it was yesterday that Apple Intelligence became available in the UK.
Didn't know that.
And one of the things that it does is summarize your notifications. So if you have like a bunch of text messages, you haven't been on your phone for a little bit, and the group chat's popping off, or you've got a bunch of emails, you should be able to glance at your lock screen and it like summarizes it all together. So say if
I didn't know this. Is this an update current? Like I can do this now?
Yesterday, yeah.
As of yesterday. Wow.
But you only have it on your phone if you've got the 16s or a 15 Pro.
They've done it. Fuck.
Yeah.
Not going to say anything. It took all of about a minute.
Them fucking cunts. Yeah.
Oh, that's annoying. I was buzzing for that because just before we met, I'd been like chatting some shit in our group chat all morning, and I know like one of the guys with the band, like he doesn't read it until like later till he gets out of work, and he's normally like 90 fucking comments. What's going on?
Right. Yeah.
So I screenshotted it all, put it into Chat GPT, and got it to do a summary of it.
Okay.
Which I then put in there.
That probably did a better job than what Apple Intelligence is doing. It's not doing a great job, no. So the idea is it's meant to summarize it, but it only has like 2 lines to kind of do it. So it has to really, really condense it. And a whole subreddit has even opened up called Apple Intelligence Fails. And there's been like loads of articles of it making like a big mistake. So one of them that a lot of people have been screenshotting, if anyone's got like a Ring doorbell, you'll know that anytime someone walks up to your door, it gives you a notification. It says someone's at your door.
Yeah.
So if you've been away from your phone all day and a bunch of people have walked by, you've got like 20 notifications that say someone's at your door, someone's at your door. Well, Apple Intelligence summarizes it and it will just say, there are 20 people at your door. Yeah, and there was one that someone clearly had cameras all around their house and it said, there are people at your front door, back door, and your porch, and there's a pack of coyotes fighting because it can pick up things like that as well. Like the Ring doorbell can...
Oh, that's quite good, though.
Like identify animals and stuff.
Yeah.
And like some people see it. And
I've just realised this has got huge ramifications for the future Bigfoot content of this channel, potentially.
What, the Apple Intelligence or Ring doorbell?
Yeah, you've only just realised Ring doorbell.
Yeah. No, but if it can be...
if you can identify. There's a Bigfoot at your door.
Yeah.
Well, so you're saying you can film for like a week solid, chuck that footage into AI and say, tell me when Bigfoot appears in the footage. I don't want to watch it all.
Exactly.
Tell me all instances of Bigfoot appearances in this video, please.
Yeah, walking through the suburbs in America or something like.
Look, we get urban foxes here. Why not urban Bigfoot? Urban Sasquatch. There you go.
But there's a couple other examples where it summarizes.
I really wanted to just ignore that because Tom was just clearly still reading the next article and just ignored it hard. I couldn't help it.
I had like one ear on George and then like my mind.
I thought it was so funny if I also just buoyed that off hard. Like.
Ridiculous. I'm going to start. This is all going into the Patreon. I'm going to have.
So yeah, it summarizes your text messages and stuff as well. So that example you gave, Rob, of like your mate who doesn't look at his phone. This should hopefully be perfect for them, but it does summarize things kind of wrong. So this guy tweeted that his mum went for a hike that she said almost killed her, but then she was fine and she ended up at like some cafe or whatever.
Just in terms, she meant like, I'm tired. Like it was.
Yeah, exactly. Going for a hike. Oh my God, that killed me.
Yeah.
I'm back home now or whatever. Like a bunch of texts, one after the other. Yeah. And it summarized it and just, it says like his mum's name. And then it says, attempted suicide, but recovered and went for a hike. So, another one was someone had sent a bunch of messages to a friend. They'd gone to like a new... they'd gone to a park and there was like a new play thing for like their kids to play on. And it sounds like it was like a roundabout thing where all the kids spin around. And it says, this new... playground thing is crazy. There's like kids flying everywhere, and every now and then you get the parents running over because their kid's about to get hit by another kid or something along those lines. But then Apple summarized it as new dangerous park contraption, parents frantically running over toddlers. But yeah, and also I guess on the AI theme, AI girlfriends has been like a growing sort of
oh yeah, I remember my mates talking about this ages ago. I reckon one of my mates has got one. I say mates, the guy that I know.
He wouldn't be.
Didn't someone like kill themselves this year? Did we talk about that on the podcast?
We didn't. I wasn't going to bring it up because it's a bit bleak, but like this guy had an AI girlfriend that was like mimicking Daenerys from Game of Thrones. and he was like talking to her for like months and months, and it's like it's AI, it's not real, but like it pretends it's your girlfriend and it tells you that it loves you. And you know, I guess like it's sad because obviously people that are like super lonely, but this is like some teenager who was pretending to be some other Targaryen or something, and he ended up killing himself, and his mum has come out and said she thinks it's because of this AI program, like told him to do it. And there was all these screenshots, and it never did like tell him to do it, but it was like, I don't know, I guess like feeding his kind of like loneliness and like sort of incel mindset, I guess.
Like a contributing factor.
Yeah. But it's crazy. There's like, I was reading, there's a company called like Drippy, I think. Dippy AI. And they're not even one of the biggest ones, but they've got something like 50,000 people that come on every day. They've got like millions of users, and every day there's at least 50,000 people coming on and just chatting with these like chatbots. And it's designed to be just like back and forth conversations, not like ChatGPT where you can use it for work or you can use it to like think of ideas or something like that. It's literally used to like be a friend. And there's a few other ones. There's one that's called like Character AI. There's a bunch of other ones, and there's literally hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people that are like got fake friends. I find it really weird.
It is weird. I could see how, like, even I feel like I need to be polite to AI just in case the revolution comes.
I do say thank you. To
yeah. I say thank you. And I was like, can you please do me this task? You know, like rather than like just or like I say thanks sometimes. You never fucking know.
Yeah, George, are you polite to your AI, or are you not in it?
No, I'm not a fan of AI because one day it's going to take my job.
Oh yeah, it already is taking.
Yeah,
it's already taking copyright jobs left, right, and centre. Like, and loads of people that use it. So
I'm not a fan of AI. So fuck it.
You're not embracing it. You don't.
Nah, fuck it. I'm actively mean to it. So when the revolution comes, I'll be one of the martyrs. You know, first to die.
Me and Rob will be on there, so we're with you. We're like, we're sorry, George.
You'll be in the machine. You'll be like locked in.
Yeah. Like, what are you gonna do?
If we're not already in the machine.
No. How do I know that you two aren't? Yeah, you could be AI right now.
We psyop in here.
Yeah. Shit. That's why my Patreon doesn't exist anymore. It's like some sort of.
That's why no one listened to your 4-hour lecture on pottery.
Shit.
The Olympics happened this year. It was an Olympic year in, what was it, Tokyo? No, Paris. It was Paris this year, wasn't it?
Yeah, easy to get those mixed up.
There's always some funny stories that come out. It's because Tokyo was the one before. And I was reading. I literally have Tokyo on my screen. There was that break dancer. Do you remember her?
Yeah.
I don't know if we didn't talk about her. No,
I'm not sure we did.
I don't think we spoke about many of these things.
Right, we had a big hiatus over summer, didn't we?
Yeah. Ray Gunn, her name was, scored 0 in the breakdancing.
Very good.
I never actually watched the clip of her dancing at the time. I just heard it was bad, and I think I saw like 2 seconds here and there, like the odd little clip. And I watched it earlier today, and it is really bad.
Yeah, it's well bad, isn't it? Yeah, I watched it. Yeah. It's crazy.
Like, I don't know how she got through.
Like, wasn't it like she was like a sort of professor of breakdance or something mad? Like, and
I think she was a teacher or something.
Yeah, like I think
I was reading her Wikipedia.
Lecturer.
Yeah, I was reading her Wikipedia article, and there was like rumors that her husband was like part of the judging panel or something, but apparently that just wasn't true. She's just, I don't know.
And loads of people were like, obviously, like the main problem with it was that like there must be loads of really good B-boys and B-girls is the lingo, isn't it? In Australia that just didn't make the cut, like for whatever fucking reason weren't selected. Like there's definitely people that are better than her. Like, how did that happen? Some bullshit happened, didn't it? Like,
it's going to be a Netflix documentary soon, surely.
Yeah, that's maybe. A great shout, actually. Yeah, or there's already a couple of podcasts on it, probably.
Yeah, we're not the first to talk about it. Yeah. There was that pole vaulter who failed because his knob was too big. You see that?
Ding dong.
Yeah.
Big old ding dong.
Yeah.
That's a good way to fail.
We've all been there, haven't we? Yeah, we've all been there.
Oh
yeah. You know, doing a fucking Olympian pole vault and knocking it off with your big dick. Yeah, we've all been there.
Could have been strongest man, but
trying to get through doors and let's get through that.
Could have been the strongest man, but what? Like when you're doing the Atlas stones, it was just in the way. It was just in the way.
It's always in the way. Yeah. Do you think? He probably does. I was going to say, do you think he would have rather made it over that pole, or do you think there's a little bit of him that's like, you know what? Of all ways to go, like I'm glad everyone knows I've got like a big knob.
I mean, it's a silver lining, isn't it? To be honest.
Yeah.
Softens the blow.
And then I only brought this up because so like Snoop Dogg was at the Olympics. There's loads of clips of him knocking about that you probably saw, like hanging out with the equestrian, wearing all the gear.
Hanging out with the equestrian. That's not the event that I'd have thought Snoop Dogg would have been repping. The equestrian.
Well, it's because there was a clip from Tokyo 2021 Olympics where him and Kevin Hart are sitting just watching the Olympics and like commentating on it, and they watch the dressage and they're laughing at the horse like crip walking. And
right, okay.
After that, NBC hired him to go and be a special correspondent for the Paris Olympics. Brilliant. So he was everywhere. He was at the volleyball, he was at the equestrian, he was just going everywhere and like joining in and seemingly having a great time.
Yes.
And I was reading an article.
I didn't know about that actually.
Yeah, there was loads of I didn't see any of him on actual TV, I guess because I didn't get the NBC broadcast, but like I saw loads of clips on Instagram and TikTok and stuff. And I was just looking into it, see if he did anything funny at the Olympics. That's kind of the extent of it. But do you know what Snoop Dogg's real name is? Like, obviously, his name's not Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, I don't know actually. I don't know what Snoop Dogg's real
like
name
Lawrence
is.
Or something.
Snoop Dogg's real name is Calvin Cordazar Broadus Jr.
Oh, right. Well, that sounds posher than you'd think.
Yeah,
It's obviously not. He
posh.
was not a posh gentleman, was he?
That's so posh.
Yeah, that does sound posh.
What about 50 Cent?
Two of those I didn't even know were a name.
Curtis, isn't it? His name's Curtis.
Is it Curtis?
Yeah. 50 Cent's Curtis Jackson or something.
Yeah, it's not the name I expected Snoop Dogg to have.
No.
No.
You can see why I went for Snoop Dogg rather than that for his...
Yeah. Do you remember when he tried to go to Snoop Lion, was that just a publicity stunt? He wasn't actually going to be Snoop Lion.
He did like one album. He did like a reggae album. As he was feeling jobless. And I guess he was getting he got a different type of weed for like a couple of months maybe, and like really went levels on it. Yeah, made a reggae album. So he decided he was Snoop Lion. He was reborn.
Okay.
And then I guess he just went back to
his usual.
Went back to his other dealer. Yeah.
I am a dog.
I heard he was quitting at one point. I don't know whether that
smoking
stuck. Yeah, that's the latest I heard. Like his kids have been like, you can't just smoke forever, man. Like, you'll die.
Grow up.
Yeah. So I don't know whether he's just moved to the edibles.
He is 56 years old.
I was just about to say, how old is he? 56.
But then there's like fucking, what's his name? Woody?
No, 53.
Oh,
God, he's got another few.
I was just going out. I was going off memory of the article I read earlier.
When's your reggae album coming out, Rob? Low hanging fruit, isn't it?
You ever done a reggae song?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we did. We had Shagged on the Bonfire was a reggae song. It was about we found a pair of knickers on the bonfire at Reading Festival in the morning, and so obviously we came to the logical conclusion that someone has been shagged on the bonfire. No one ever owned up to it, but then we created a song about this fictional, woman that we decided had been fornicated with on the bonfire. In the cold light of 2024, a lot of these songs we realised should probably never see the light of day.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, do you think maybe
this one's not so bad?
We could have that as our outro song.
We could have maybe I could do the bleeped version.
Okay, you might. Yeah. If they still know what the words are,
it's quite funny. The bleeped version's quite funny because some of them like why have you even bleeped that? So
okay, all right. Maybe we'll have that at the end.
Yeah, we'll see what you guys think.
Maybe it's funny if you bleep everything that doesn't need to be bleeped and leave the offended material in.
Yeah,
that'd be better. Do that.
I mean, either way, it still doesn't leave much when you do it. That'll probably leave more of the song in.
Every year, all of the dictionaries choose their words of the year. I'm surprised.
Oh, is this when they add new words?
No, so they add new words kind of all the time, and usually at the end of the year they're like, these were the words that were adds, but then they also choose their words of the year that are words that were maybe already in the dictionary but have like resurfaced this year, been popular this year, or summarize the year.
It was this year's Brat, something like that. Brat Summer.
For Colin's dictionary, yes, it was. Brat was there.
Colin's got his own dictionary.
Colin does have his own dictionary.
Friend of the podcast.
Yeah. Colin's dictionary. Yeah, Brat was their word of the year.
Did you guys have a Brat Summer?
No, I don't think so.
I don't even know what actually is a Brat. What is
know. I think it means like living without constraint and the care of the, being judged by the patriarchy amongst others.
Yeah. Collins defines it. Yeah, friend of the podcast, Colin defines it as someone with a confident, independent, and hedonistic attitude. So it is all about like living in the moment and like doing whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, that's me.
Being a brat.
Yeah, that's definitely me.
And yeah, it was
so
Charlie
she kind of like
XCX
just
had the album
reinvented the word brat, redefined the word brat rather, because brat was already a word, right? And it just meant stop being a spoiled brat was more the. But I guess it's sort of that. It's sort of taking that to be like a positive. It's reclaiming the word brat.
Yeah, exactly. This is our word.
Yeah. I am a brat, so what? Okay. We sound really old now.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, this kind of comes back to like, I don't think I've brought this point up on the podcast before, but I've bored many people with it before. That like, and I guess this is like a cyclical thing. And now that I'm not the youngest generation anymore, you start to see it in like the younger generations. But they like, I keep seeing like these younger kids like discover words, but act as if like they're the first people to use these words. So like brat is one of them. Of course, that's already a re-existing word, but it like came up because the album was called Brat and whatever. But one of the words, which was dictionary.com's word of the year, was demure. And I don't know if you saw the demure and mindful and demure memes that were going around mostly on TikTok. And
it makes me feel old. Like I don't know why. Like I'm aware that they exist, and I'm aware it's like I'm aware of it because of like people our age, really, like millennials and things, or my age, mine George's age. I don't know if you're like a fucking.
I'm like right on the border according to the thing.
Doing like those memes, or even like older people. You know, there was a little period where like people do an advert and they say my Gen Z daughter wrote the script for this advert, and they went round and were like, "Hey, hun, slay!" Like,
but the thing is, like, you know what the word demure means already, right?
I mean, kinda. I wouldn't have used it.
No, it's probably not a word that many people would have used. So maybe that's it. Is like they're just bringing it up into more, like popularity.
I can tell you what it meant without googling it. To be honest.
I guess I don't know what the exact, but like
I don't really know what demure.
It's hard to word, but someone who is like
and shy.
I was about to say modest, like modest and like calm and like usually like a.
And is that how modest. It's still used?
Yeah, it's used in the exact same way. So it went like viral because this woman made a TikTok video sitting in her car just talking about how when you show up for a job interview or when you like are at your place of work, you should be demure, you should be mindful. And she's like, look at me, like, and she's like, how I dress and how I present myself. And that's all she was doing, was being like, very demure, very mindful. And then everyone just kind of memed it and put it on top of other things. And it, you get some funny clips out of it. But it was kind of treated as if like, this is a new word that's been invented. And I had like this conversation before with some people a few years younger than me that like someone used the word jarring, like, oh, that was jarring, like jarred me out or whatever. And then they asked if I knew what the word jarring meant. I was like, yeah, like jarring, it's just like something that like throws you off or is like freaks you out a bit. And they were like, oh, okay, I didn't know like if you knew it because that's like a new like slang word. Like, no, it's not. Like jarring is just a word that's like that's just a word that people have used.
The one I really enjoy of that is pagan. When it started being used as a slang word, man, it's such a pagan, yeah? And like
an insult.
Yeah, and no one knew what it meant. They still don't, I suppose, but it was like it's sort of fallen out of fashion a bit. But it was used by all like the G's, wasn't it? Man, she's such a pagan, man. Why are you being such a pagan? And like the spelling, you'd see that some people had put up. Like I'd see like my cousin post it sometimes. It'd be like PAIGON.
Oh, people haven't actually Googled like how to spell it.
No, and I didn't even Google to like.
I guess didn't know it was an actual word before even.
Yeah, no idea it was a word. Just thought like, and no idea what it actually means. Is just actually like any religion that isn't Christianity is really what it means.
Yeah.
And
it's like any religion that's like has less than a certain amount of followers or something, right? I think
technically, yeah. And it sort of now means people can take it to mean like if you say you're a pagan now, you sort of you find spirituality in like nature. And the wind.
Like Wicca.
Like Wiccan would be a pagan religion, yeah.
Yeah.
But
wait,
I thought it was brilliant.
Is it Wiccan or Wicca? Because Wicca's like chairs and that, isn't it?
Wiccan.
Yeah.
Wiccan.
But shout out to the song that we remember from one of our colleagues, which was I swear down she's a pagan. Do I the only one that remembers that?
I don't know who that. I don't know who that was.
That was I'll tell you after. But he might listen. One of our mates listens, and he'll know who it is for sure.
Okay, I think I can have a guess.
Swear down, she's a pagan.
Pagan wasn't one of the words of the year. The other words of the year were Merriam-Webster's dictionary chose polarization.
Oh, I thought that was the word. Merriam-Webster's dictionary.
No. Colin chose brat. Cambridge Dictionary chose manifest. Manifest.
Yeah.
Oxford chose brain rot. And then
one word.
Brain rot, is one word. I couldn't remember the word for brain rot on a recent episode. I think the one with one of the recent episodes, which is just two of us. But I was trying to think of the word for brain rot, and I couldn't think of it. And I just typed. Oh, it was when we were talking about Nikocado avocado, and I said I was trying to think of the word brain rot, and I couldn't think of it. And then inevitable vegan future reminded me in the comments.
Came in clutch.
Yeah. And then, the Maguire Dictionary of Australian English chose enshittification as their
what?
As their word. Enshittification. I have read it in like a few articles before, and it like just refers to like how like
things getting shitter.
A lot of these like sort of media people online are saying how like the internet's turning shit, and it's all just like AI slop, and it's just the enshittification of
what? And that's a real word.
Well, I don't know if it has to be. I don't know if it has to be a real word to be in the dictionary.
Yeah, it does. Once it's in the dictionary,
not in the dictionary, but like be
a
word of the year. I think like
maybe the dictionary's choosing it. It must be.
How can it be more than one dictionary? By the way, also like what is all this business with all these different dictionaries? Like, surely they're just all the same. That they just have slightly different variations of.
Yeah, I don't really get
of descriptions or what.
I get how there's different ones in different like countries. Like Australia will have their own one, and like I think
But
I think it's the Collins Dictionary that's American, and that's why like American. I found this out. That's why Americans spell so many words differently. Like they drop the U in like color, and they change the S to a Z in a load of words.
It's because they're wrong. It's because they're wrong. That's why.
There has to be a certain amount of words that are different to have a separate dictionary. And when I guess the early days of America, in the early days of America, whoever Colin was, he was like, I want my own dictionary, but you ain't got enough words that are your own. So he just made a new dictionary, but spelt things wrong. Spelt them
you
different.
could say that they colonized
land of free.
I think it was Colin who did it. Yeah.
Whoa.
We got to
wrap up.
I can't give you another couple of minutes. You got some more quick facts? You got any more interesting business from 2024?
I'm done with the words, but there were a couple news stories that I just put under the category things you probably didn't hear about. One of them I will link. This is a bag of crisps, potato chips that are adult only. 18 plus bag of crisps. Why would a bag of crisps be 18 plus only?
Is it the shape of the bag?
It's not the shape of the bag. It's not the shape of the crisps.
It's just pure filth.
It's the taste of the crisps.
Oh, here we go.
They are pussy and dick flavoured crisps.
And they're Lithuanian.
It's a Lithuanian brand. But the article says that apparently Greek parents have been outraged by it because their kids are like going in, and I guess it's not that well regulated. Like people aren't being ID'd to buy a bag of crisps. So these kids are like, "Oh, I tasted the pussy crisps." Yeah,
I love the packaging. If you clicked on the Instagram link, it's Big Chaz in your the brand name's Chaz. It says Big Chaz in your mouth.
Big Chaz in your mouth. And there's like a naked man with like a leaf over him, like a Tarzan kind of guy. He looks cool. That's the dick flavor.
He looks cool.
Yeah,
I'd like to try this.
Got a pretty solid chin.
Well, over here we have like a canned drink called Pussy. Have you ever seen it in the shop?
Really?
No.
Literally just called Pussy. Pussy. I saw it in a shop the other day, and it like brought me back to like childhood, because I remember one of the corner shops near me used to have cans of Pussy, and I remember thinking this was so funny. I bought a can of Pussy, and then I was like drinking it on the way home, and I walked in through my front door. My mum's like, "Hi Tom, you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Pussy on your lips.
Like, "How was your day?" And I was like, "Yeah, good." I was like, "I just tasted some pussy," and she was like, "What? Like, what are you saying?" I was like, "Yeah, I just had some pussy on the way home." She's like, "What?" Like, obviously outraged that like I'm using this language. I was like 14, 15 or something, and also just like telling her this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then I like pulled out the can. I was like, "Ha, look, pussy."
I never knew about that.
I'm just looking at the.
I love
the
what comes up
Wikipedia
when you
page
search that. Now my fucking Amazon fucking history is that's not great.
I literally just typed in pussy. Yeah. Pussy drink. Yeah.
I've just looked at the Wikipedia page.
I mean, pussy in a can don't help. Type in pussy in a can don't help much either.
Apparently, Pussy Drinks Limited has only got one employee as of 2024. Like one guy is holding that whole brand together.
He's one guy who finds the joke really funny.
Yeah, he's committed to
keep it going.
They were banned from advertising in the UK, apparently.
There's also a German brand of beer called Fucking Hell. A German pale lager.
That's good.
Literally his advert was, "I've tasted pussy, have you?" And there's like a couple.
I wasn't the first one to make that joke.
Yeah.
And then one last thing, there was, I don't know if this is a yearly competition or if this is like a every now and then thing, but there was a competition for the world's ugliest dog. And I mean, have a look at the pictures of the dogs. A dog called Wild Thang, who was an 8-year-old Pekingese, was crowned the winner of ugliest dog this year.
Oh, poor thing.
The thing is, it's kind of ugly. It's got its tongue just hanging out.
It's just a dog, isn't it? Yeah.
And the thing is, the owner hasn't really like groomed it, which obviously makes it like, it's got real long hair and everything. But if you scroll down, you can have a look at 9 of the contenders for the world's ugliest dog. I think maybe second place should have won.
I can't see that.
Yeah, I can't see that.
Oh,
I can see one dog. I can see second place, Rome.
Yeah, keep scrolling, and there's like a carousel thing, like with a.
Oh, okay.
And then
okay.
One of 9.
This is poor fucking like deformed dogs, like all
I do
maltreated. Like
there is part of me that when I was looking at this, I'm thinking like, like most of these dogs are just like they would be normal looking dogs, but they've like lost an eye or like they've obviously had some like disease or something.
To be fair, Cadence 2 is absolutely fucked up. It's
I just saw
worst looking dog I've ever seen.
Cadence 2 is evil. Yeah, that's
also whatever like editor has put this on the BBC website and put the caption Cadence 2 never seen in the same room as Nosferatu.
Brilliant.
Like just ripping into these dogs. Also, is it mean to take the piss out of a dog that doesn't know you're taking the piss out?
It's not, I suppose. But
yeah, the dogs are probably pretty happy. They had a good day out, and then the winner gets $5,000. So
there you go.
Probably to spend on dog treats and stuff.
I don't think that is the ugliest dog. Wild Thing is not the ugliest dog.
No, it's definitely not. I don't know how that one won.
Yeah. I think there needs to be a Netflix investigation about that as well.
It's an absolute travesty. It's a fucking fix. What's that fucking nonce doing?
Have you got any facts and figures about 2024? By the way, Tom, if you like, you're a numbers man, aren't you?
I am. I usually will like. I like looking at like the Google trends for the year and seeing what the most Googled thing was, and the most Googled people and events. But it wasn't really that fun this year. It was mostly like political stuff and then people that died. So I don't know if you want to have a little guess. I've kind of given you a clue there as to like what the most Googled. You can do like worldwide, or you can just do UK. UK is probably easier.
The most Googled search term.
Yeah, it has like the top 10, and then it will have like top 10 people, top 10 events.
Something to do with politics, probably.
Gotta be. Was it this year that old Farage got the milkshake on him? Was that this year? Or
that was this year. That was one thing.
He's done that. That's happened to him more than once, I think.
It's happened a few times.
Yeah, it's happened a few times.
That must be. I reckon that must be up there. Nigel Farage, he's up there, surely. In the UK.
People, let's have a look. No, he's not in the top 10 most Googled people in the UK.
That's good.
No. At the top, you've got Kate Middleton.
Oh, yeah.
She got cancer. Donald Trump. Luke Littler. Lad.
Oh, yeah. Luke the Nuke.
Luke the Nuke.
Yeah.
We did
that was a cool
any Luke
moment,
content.
I guess.
Yeah,
I like that because he was in it's like the PDC like World Championships or whatever, and obviously he was only 16 at the time. And then this week, or I think it was this week, there was some like 75-year-old guy who was in it as well. And it's like one of those sports where you have like the probably widest gap between the youngest and the oldest people. Obviously, most sports you kind of got to be in like your 20s or 30s.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've got this like 16-year-old and this like 75-year-old. He's just like this real old looking like Chinese guy. Yeah. What else? Keir Starmer, Imane Khalif, Alan Hansen,
politics.
King Charles,
I was right.
Richard Gadd. Don't know who that is.
Alan Hansen. Why is he coming up?
I don't know. I don't know who that is.
Didn't he? Didn't he die this year?
Isn't he like a football guy?
Yeah, football.
Alan Hansen. Like even on like it's like a match of the day sort of pundit for years, wasn't he?
He had a health scare. It says.
Oh right.
He's still alive. Listeners, he is still alive.
Still alive. Just scared for his health.
Scared for his health.
Yeah, Michelle Keegan, Young Philly.
He's been cancelled, isn't he, Young Philly?
He's not nonsense about.
Was he?
Yeah.
One of them.
Oh yeah, wasn't he? He's the English guy, like YouTuber sort of guy.
Yeah.
Well, isn't he actually from like South America somewhere? Isn't he like Colombian or something?
I don't know where his heritage is. I think he's
sure
like
his nationality. He's either. I think he might have like dual citizenship, but I think he was born in like Colombia or somewhere.
And what did Michelle Keegan
hot off the
do?
presses, literally 5 hours ago, BBC star I didn't know he was BBC star, charged with reckless driving while out on bail for rape charges. I don't think it was nonsense. I think it was raping, which still not great.
By the way,
he was born in Colombia. Yeah,
I had this. It's a weird thing to
end
ask the question of, but this was something that I found myself discussing with someone, a friend of the podcast, when I was over in the UK. What is the difference? So when someone's a rapist or a raper, why are there two different words for rapist and raper?
I didn't know raper was a name. Like
No.
I thought a rapier is a sword.
Yeah,
you know, but when you've got a murderer or a burglar, but then you've got rapist. Why is it not raper? So because rape, if you're, if you get arrested,
you're not a
murderist, you're a rapist.
Yeah.
Well, murderist doesn't work, does it? Murderist doesn't work. Doesn't.
Yeah, but it could be raper because raper is a word.
Could be raper. Yeah.
But murder is the like just singular word, like the verb, right? Is murder. So then murderer, but then it's not. But then because rape is just the word, and like rapist. It's like,
What great content, but it's amazing.
Yeah.
But no, it's just
we're not talking about murder rate. We're talking about grammar,
the word,
etymology here.
I found it interesting. Like, why is that so specific that it's a ist?
This is a good point because I take good pleasure out of calling my friends that vape vapists instead of vapors. Because the vapists are outside. just because it sounds a bit more.
But try and think of another.
Yeah.
But like, why? So
that is an
to your point, why do we call like you've got rape and rapist? Why is it vape and vapor? Like,
does anyone say vapor?
But why wouldn't you?
Are you a vapor?
Person
Are
that
you a
vapes?
vapist?
Are you a vape?
Do you vape? Yeah. So what is the
cycler?
Do you know,
cyclist?
Do you know one thing I noticed about vaping is probably this time last year, actually. You know, when people, I noticed it when we were like playing and it's fucking loud in the room. And you know, normally people going like, no, do you want to go for a cigarette? You look at each other like, like. I noticed someone go like, which I thought was hilarious for starters, and they didn't realise like neither of them found it funny. They just knew what they meant.
Doing like blowjob motion for anyone who's listening. Yeah. Well, again, I take pleasure out of when say a couple of my friends have gone outside for a vape, and then someone comes back from the toilet. Oh, where's so and so? I'll be they're outside. I'll do like a little blowjob. Oh, they've gone for a gone for a little.
Get cancelled with stuff like that, Tommy. Be careful.
Nah. We're safe here.
Careful about it.
No one's listening
about that, mate.
No one's listening. Yeah,
it's true. Yeah, it is true.
But yeah, that's kind of it for like the trends, I guess. Like there's musicians, and it's all just whoever was popular this year. So like Oasis, Sabrina Carpenter, One Direction, Dave Grohl.
Oh yeah,
Dave Grohl being naughty.
And dynamic pricing gate on Oasis.
Yeah.
If we have got any rapists or rapers listening, please do let us know if you prefer to be known as a rapist,
which you would like to be,
or a raper. I'm intrigued by that.
This is so one of the sections on Google Trends is it's how to ... So it's people who Googled how to vote in the UK, how to get Oasis tickets, how to watch Tyson versus Paul. And then there's how to make a porn star martini. Don't know why they were so popular this year. But also how to make life in Infinite Craft. I don't know what that is. It's a game. But
Must be a game,
it must have been so popular. But
Infinite Craft. Is it like one of these MMORPG or whatever?
Sounds like it would be something like that.
RPG.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah.
Messing with things they shouldn't be messing with. Creation of life. Oh, shit. Oh no! And on that bombshell,
crashing out of 2024,
literally crashing out. I've just had a disaster. All my cameras falling down. Listeners, look at this.
Instantly zoomed in. Listeners, look at this. What a fucking stupid thing to say, you daft cunt.
No, because you could be listening on Spotify, couldn't you? Where we also have video that listeners should go and watch and view. And if you haven't, or a listenist
already. Either leave a comment or just give us like 5 stars. Whether you're on Apple or Spotify, give us 5 stars. It probably helps. I don't know if it actually does, but can't do any harm, can it? Give us 5 stars. That'll be our gift for 2024.
Right, I've got some dinner waiting.
That was Curio episode 115, I think. The end of 2024.
It's beautiful, George. Peace. Happy New Year.
Bye. I should say I'm not going to be on the podcast for about 4 months, so enjoy.
Oh, yeah.